Hello, one and all, and thank you for joining me for the inaugural episode of Just Another. Today, we are Just Another Film Show because I would love to kick things off by telling you about what I believe is the greatest film Easter egg that nobody knows about. I know what you're saying, I know what you're thinking. There are so many articles, so many videos out there that say this, that, and the other thing that nobody knows about, and then you read it, you see it, and you say, I did know about that. I know for a fact because that happens to me all the time. I'm pretty positive, though, this one's going to shock most of you. And I say this because it's something that I discovered on my own. This is way before YouTube was really a thing, before high-speed internet was really a thing. It evolves the Evil Dead 2, maybe the entire Evil Dead universe, honestly, but the very specific example I found was in the Evil Dead 2. And I'll get to what the Easter egg is very soon. I know you want to hear about what it is, but I want to give you a little backstory also on how I found it. And again, why I think nobody else knows about it, because I've spoke to a lot of my friends who are horror fanatics who know everything, the ins and the outs of the business, all of it. They never knew about it when I brought it up to them. I even brought it up to Bruce Campbell when I interviewed him for Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1. I'll link the video there in the description for you if you want to watch that. I'm not saying that he's supposed to know about it, but he didn't know about it. It seemed like nobody ever brought it up to him before as well. So I started, thinking, really maybe nobody does know about this. So what happened was this is back in 2002. I was on a train. I went to school in Toronto. I live in New York, so it's a 12-hour train ride. I was trying to save some money, didn't want to pay for the plane ticket. And, I had a lot of time to kill. So I had just recently purchased the first Necronomicon edition of the first Evil Dead film that they released at the time. And I was looking through it, and I noticed that, the ancient writing, at least here, is 100%... It's like graffiti. It's Latin-based character. It's English. It's just fancy-looking English. This passage, for instance, says, dedicated to those who bled for the Evil Dead and to their families, friends, and fans. And there seems to be two characters after that. I don't know if they're there just as extras or maybe I'm messing something up at the end, but it very clearly says that little passage there. So I said, well, I wonder if the writing in the Necronomicon inside the actual movie says something. So I'm watching the first film, and I really couldn't find anything that was worthwhile. I had the second film with me as well, so I was watching that. And especially the very beginning, when it has the whole history of the Necronomicon, bound in human flesh, inked in blood, and, as the animation of the writing is being filled out, I said, I'm going to catch something. I know there's going to be something there. And, lo and behold, it's either too small or you can't make any of it out, so, I was starting to get deflated. I didn't think there was anything. Maybe I was making it all up, and there was just something of a fan service for us who bought this edition. But then, I'm still watching the movie, of course. Again, 12 hours to kill. I noticed that when they're looking through the pages that Annie bought with her when she first came to the cabin, when she just got there, that shows the history of the great hero that will save the human race, and then the personification, we'll call it, of the demon. And then there's the passage that opens up that portal. And you can tell because it's got the swirl of the portal on the top of it. And I could see that it says something. It's very obvious it says something. So I pause it. I'm watching on a laptop. I enlarge it. And I'll put it up here for you to look at. Just take a look at it, see if you can see it. But it says somebody's name. I can't tell what the name is. It's either the way the page is held, you can't see it, or it's purposely spaced a certain way because they want to hide the name a little bit more than anything else. But it obviously says somebody's name because then, right after, it clearly says, is an asshole, and he can go fuck himself. Sorry for the profanity. I probably warned you before you got to this far. So that passage that, spoiler alert, opens up the portal that sucks away all the evil and sucks Ash and his car into the Middle Ages, literally says somebody's name and then says, is an asshole, and he can go fuck himself. So there it is. The greatest film Easter egg I'm pretty sure you did not know about. If you knew about it, maybe it is out there. I searched to see if anybody else knew about it. I could never find anything. If I look up Evil Dead, Easter eggs, all this other junk comes up that has nothing to do with this. Stuff like the Freddy Krueger glove hitting on the wall, or when you're running through the hallways, you can see there's no roof on there. But nobody's ever seemed to mention this. if there is something out there that existed before I put out this video and you know about it, please send me the link. I'd be great to see it because I tried my best to search everywhere I could and couldn't find anything. So I want to know where I made that mistake if that's the case. But otherwise, I really hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and you can watch that video, the interview with Bruce Campbell if you'd like. And thank you again for joining us for the inaugural episode of Just Another. Do all those favorite things you like to do on YouTube. Hit the likes button, the subscribe button, comment. And we'll see you next week. Maybe it'll be just another film show again. Maybe it'll be just another music show next week. I haven't decided yet. But I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great day. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Whenever you're watching this. Enjoy.